reminder, today we talk about MBA programs in Germany. And here are our guests. All of them will be presented separately in a minute. Before that, about 𝘱𝘕𝘔 University briefly, which is the organizer of today's session. This is a database where you can find English short study programs in Germany. Here we concentrate on English short study programs, but at the same time, it can be not always fully English. It can be English and German, English and another language, and also fully German programs. So if you want to also try and apply for MBA fully in German, you can also switch to search to German programs, and you can see also availabilities there as well. The study finder that you see right now is just a demo version. I will show you the full study finder, how it looks like in a minute, and also why it's really important to navigate correctly. Also, feel free to check out our articles. We have articles on different topics that can be really broad and also very concrete, country-specific, etc., etc. So those articles are there for you for general information, also specific information in some cases, and we believe that it's really useful to check them out. And additionally, they are also translated to multiple languages. So in case you want to read them, I don't know, in your native language, feel free to check that out, because we also offer this. And of course, to stay connected, we have webinars. Today, you're attending one of the subject webinars, as you know, when we luckily have guest speakers from German universities. We also have general webinars when we talk about broader topics. For example, this Friday, I will be presenting how to apply via UniAssist in case one of the programs requires application via UniAssist. And then we also have webinars about scholarships, visa, studying in Germany generally, etc. As for the subject webinars, they are always subject specific, for example, MBA, ecology, business management, etc., etc. And they are scheduled until next year already. So I'm sure one of your favorite programs will be presented sometime soon. Therefore, check them out and feel free to register in case you're interested. This is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. The team members are working from around Germany, and we are happy to share our insights on how it feels studying and living in this country. Now, if you check MBA programs, you have 119 options. And of course, you click here and see the selection. Then you can, in case you want to search for exclusively English programs, you can select from requirements, no German required, etc. For MBAs, it's frequently required work experience. Therefore, you can also adjust this filter, because I don't think that you are going one by one through all 190 programs unless you have lots of free time. Therefore, it's always nice to adjust different filters and then sort programs according to, I don't know, program name or location or application deadline or some other things. You can always adjust multiple filters together and again sort the programs according to your desired filter. You can also check out our subject pages that provide description of the subject, in this case MBA, then average tuition fees, application and admission requirements, and language requirements. There are much more. For example, you can see already, like according to rankings, different programs, universities, etc., etc. All of those, if all this information is available on the subject page, and it's very interactive because there are lots of graphs that you can already have an idea what studying MBA in Germany feels like. But it's better also to attend today's webinar, because then you already know directly about specific programs and you have more insights regarding them. We always advise to check program profile individually and make decision according to that, not only because the program is in a certain city, because the program content is what makes it should make it very interesting, and there should be a kind of mutual match through, with your skills that you bring to a program, and also what program offers it, and this should be done later. You should decide according to that. Also about university landscape in Germany. In Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. Universities usually have programs that are more research and theory oriented. Universities of applied sciences usually have programs that are more application and practice oriented. I always mentioned it that it always depends on a program. Therefore, there could be some exceptions on both sides. Again, please check all program profiles individually. Of course, the ones that you shortlist. And how you can shortlist is via adjusting all the different filters and then maybe selecting some of them as your favorites so that you don't miss out the application deadline, required documents, etc., etc. All the information will be always in one place, also on your email address, and so this way you are sure to apply correctly on time and then hopefully start your semester in Germany. Now, let's go to Berlin. I don't think Berlin needs introduction in terms of location or but I still have a map on my slide, and here you can see Berlin part-time MBA and Berlin full-time MBA. Both of them will be presented by 𝘱𝘢𝘵𝘩, who is today with us, and I will then stop.
Much, Nina, for the introduction, and hello to everyone who's joined today. I'm really excited to be presenting the Berlin MBA from the Berlin Professional School. We have a full-time program and a part-time program. And I'd also like to send out my greetings to Camilla and Christoph, the co-presenters today. I'm also looking forward to hearing about your programs. So how can I start? Well, I have an introduction for you about our university and our institute. The Berlin School of Economics and Law is the university here in Berlin. We also have a German name. It's the Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Recht. It's a bit of a mouthful because in Germany we like to have long names and long words. So we use the English form here, the Berlin School of Economics and Law. But within this university, which is a state-accredited public university, we have a special institute, the Berlin Professional School, where we bundle together our further master education programs on executive certificates. And we're a very well-established institute here. We've been running MBAs and other programs since 1992, so we really have a wealth of experience that we can offer to our students. And our academic experts are well connected within the Berlin and German landscape and also have a lot of international experience as well. So our campus, as you can see behind me, looks like we have a nice bright sky today, not as blue as the ESMT, who are only about half an hour away from us. But we are located also in the center of Berlin in Schöneberg. We have two campi, one in Schöneberg, one in Lichtenberg, but our MBA students, along with our other international programs, are located in Schöneberg. It's a very nice, familiar feeling here. We have great public transport links. We have a very nice big green park at the end of the road. So a lot of opportunities for people to relax and recover after their lectures. So the Berlin MBA part-time and full-time have great connections with industry and other international university partners. Some of this is due to the established links that we've been connecting and developing over the last few decades, and some are also down to the expertise of our academic staff. As you can see here, a lot of well-known names: Siemens, Deutsche Bank, Zalando, and we also have our partner universities in Portugal, in Porto itself, and in Wichita over in the States. Those study visits, as I explain later, are offered for the part-time course. But because the university is an applied sciences university, rather than just focusing on research, we have a lot of those industry links, which all our students benefit from. So as I have to describe both our programs to you today, I'll start with a full-time MBA. The name says it all. This consists of 50 months full-time study. We start in September. This year we'll start on the 15th of September. Our tuition fees are great value for money at just under €20,000. And within that, we also offer an international study visit. This year we'll be going to Poland. We also, within these fees, offer other trips out, excursions, and visits to some of our company partners within Berlin or the surrounding area. The part-time MBA, on the other hand, runs for 24 months. This is because people who choose this study program also continue to work full-time. So the lectures are offered in blocked phases, which means once a month our students will come to our campus and have lessons usually from Friday morning through till Sunday evening, and then go home on Sunday. And then there are some online courses as well. The tuition fees are a little bit higher to reflect that, but in general, still great value for money for the learning opportunities that we offer here at the BPS. So these international exchange visits are run in cooperation with our partners in Porto and in Wichita. These are great opportunities for our students to get hands-on experience in those locations. And we also get the students from those universities back over here. So there's a lot of opportunities for contact and exchange with other international students. As you can see here, the program structure is a kind of a T-shape. This is for the full-time and the part-time courses. They're very similar. What we offer at the beginning in the first semester are the core modules. These really allow you to get to grips with the key fundamentals of kind of those management disciplines, those core courses, those core topics and things like accounting, finance, human resources, and economics. All these will give you a broad but solid foundation on management aspects. So if you are familiar with those areas, then you can deepen your knowledge. If not, you can get up to speed with them quite quickly. We also offer pre-courses in some of those topics so that those who don't have a management background can quickly get up to speed. Threaded throughout the whole year is our specialization on leadership development. This consists of compulsory and elective courses, and these really give you the opportunity to reflect on your own personal leadership development, on your leadership journey. They prepare you with the skills to become the best leader that you can be in today's digital world. We have some really interesting elective courses. The part-timers choose a few more than the full-timers. They change occasionally, once a year, every 2 years, but they cover topics such as conflict and feedback, team building, leadership in a digital age, and so on. So this really gives you the ability to personally specialize on what you would like to learn throughout your MBA. Then we have the electives in other courses. These might be, for example, design and innovation, sustainable business finance, digital business, and also the core electives that we offer in the summer semester in the political and legal environment. But again, these are open for people to choose. So again, they can think about what they would most like to benefit from. And these electives, which we run in the summer semester, not only draw on the knowledge that you've learned in the previous semester, but really give you that practical hands-on experience. Because of the industry contacts that our academic staff have, you will have the ability to work on real-life projects and problems. You will get together with our company partners. They will provide you with a choice of projects, and then you can really work on those and provide a solution for them and give your presentation to those companies. So there's a real kind of win-win on both sides. Going into the summer months, the lectures stop. So it's finally a time that the students can take a breath, at least and not come to class. But there's still a little bit of work to be done because the master's thesis has to be written. Students on the full-time program are given 4 months to do this. You will be given a research methods course, so you will be given the skills to actually write and plan a research master's thesis, but it must have a practical element to it. So usually it's a company project and a case study trying to solve a real life problem that is out there. So it's okay. We provide a lot of support. Some people might be a bit wary at the beginning, but it's also a very good chance really for you to prove to your future employers that you have managed to think of or detect a problem, a real life problem that is out there, to analyze it, to study it and find a solution. And writing all that in English, you know, that's a good thing. You can give yourself a pat on the back when you're finished, because this is very an important thing to put on your CV. So here I have some special features which I'd like to present to you. For our full-time MBA program, we have designed a specialist module called Doing Business in Germany. A lot of our international students, and this year we had students from 11 countries, want to work within Europe or specifically in Germany. So this module really gives them the opportunity to get to grips with the Berlin ecosystem here, with the entrepreneurial startups, and get to know how business is done in Berlin, in Germany. And again, we have some great cooperation partners there. This is not offered to the part-timers because a lot of our part-timers already work in Germany or elsewhere in Europe, and they maybe don't need this specialized knowledge. Leadership development, as I said earlier, is woven through the year, but we do have this special module. So it's a time to enhance your personal communication skills, your social skills, and become a more responsible leader. Our teaching methods, again, have moved on. With the 21st century, there's less frontal teaching, as it were. The teacher or academic staff doesn't just stand at the front of the classroom. There's a lot of interactive learning going on. We have really a good mix of methods that our academic staff use. So we offer the site visits and the company tours. We have a lot of interaction and discussion. This builds upon the experience that our MBA students bring with them. Because 3 years working experience at least is required to study MBA, we want the students to bring in the experiences, the issues, or maybe the good things that they've had, and bring them into the classroom. So there's a good exchange, also a two-way exchange with our academic staff, so that everyone learns from each other. Of course, this is all with a foundation of the fundamental theory. There is, you know, an academic element. You will come to a university to study, but that underpins the practical application of our course. We have a dedicated career service here at the BPS. They are available right from the start of your course, from your learning journey, to the end when you graduate and further beyond, because we integrate our alumni service into that as well. You will also be part of a large global alumni network at the end when you graduate. So we offer events for career orientation. There are one-to-one consultations available. You can ask for a CV check where somebody goes through your resume, explains maybe how things are done a bit differently in Germany to your home country. And there are a lot of networking opportunities. We provide the network, and you go out there and make the contact with those people. So here you have some photos of what it's like to study here. You can see it's a bit more interactive. The people are getting up and doing some yoga or waking themselves up and being a bit more dynamic. It's a photo from our summer party. We also have Christmas drinks. We also have a welcome party, which is really big. And there are many opportunities throughout the year to get to know the other students. So if you are thinking of applying to us, we'd be very pleased to get your application. Here are the admission requirements. You need to have a completed university degree. We don't mind what it's in. The major is not important to us. We really accept people from architecture, engineering, history, music, you name it. For us, that's okay, because we feel that the diversity that our students bring really brings a benefit to our courses. You do need those 3 years of postgraduate work experience, as I explained before, so everyone can pool their contributions and have a lively exchange with each other. And of course, the English language skills. The course is taught in English, so you will need a high level so that you can get to grips with the texts and understand the lectures and benefit from those group discussions. You don't need German language skills. Nevertheless, as I explain later, we do offer German courses. So our application process. We have a rolling admission. This year it started the application process on the 1st of January, and we keep that open until we've reached the optimum number of places, which is around 25. You can apply online, it's very user-friendly. And should you look at our website later, you'll find the link for the application, all the details. But you need to submit a CV, a motivation letter, a copy of your degree certificate, and proof of your work experience as well. Should you be invited to an interview, that will be held online with our academic director, and it takes about a week for a final decision to be made. So here are some reasons to study with the Berlin Professional School. Apart from our lovely campus and our welcoming atmosphere that we have here, we are internationally accredited with AMBA. There's only 6 universities with their MBAs accredited here in Germany and around 200 worldwide. We have our dedicated professors and also other academic staff who lead the courses. All students benefit from the interactive teaching style and the small groups. We think we have great value for money with our tuition fees, and we can offer you a good intercultural experience. Berlin, anyway, is very international and diverse, and you'll notice that here on our campus, as well as with our administration team and the supporters. We offer the German language courses for those who want to learn German, so you can get by on a day-to-day basis, you can do your shopping, you can make new friends. That's all part of your tuition fee. And of course, you'll benefit when you graduate from our alumni network. One thing that you'll find if you look at our website is our Berlin MBA ambassadors. These are people who have graduated from our courses, part-time or full-time, and they are actually available for you if you should have specific questions. They will help you choose your electives, tell you what benefited them, and answer some other questions. Their emails are on our website, or you can find them over LinkedIn. So please feel free to get in touch should you wish to. My name is Fleur. And as you can see here, we have Michael, he's our academic director. Andrea, she's my counterpart here, my lovely colleague who runs the part-time MBA program. And Solvik, the academic director of the part-time program. We'll be really happy to answer any of your questions, and you can get in touch with us via email. And that could be you in a couple of years graduating from the Berlin Professional School with your MBA. We would love to see you here as well, wearing your nice robes and with your pointy hat in your hand and a certificate. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll answer any questions as they come in on the chat.
Thank you very much for the presentations, the insights you showed, and also important notes regarding the application, etc., etc. Dear attendees, if you already now want to check or save the application portal, the link to it is already in chat. Feel free to have it open and then submit your application as soon as you can, especially if you need a visa. And this is true for all programs, because internationals need to apply for a visa, as I did as well, and this could also take time. Wonderful. Now let's move to Offenburg, where another wonderful Master of Business Administration in International Business Consulting is being taught, and Kamila Topal will present the program with all the insights, application information, and also will take your questions later. As always, the location and some program facts on slide. And now I stop the screen share to give the mic to Kamila.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me. My name is Kamila Topal, and I am the coordinator of an MBA program, International Business Consulting. And in contrast to Berlin, you might not have heard the name of our small city called Offenburg. Well, our city, Offenburg, is situated in the southern part of Germany, so we have wonderful weather and wonderful scenery. And we are also situated in a place in a region where we have this tri-national region. So France and Switzerland is also our neighbors. To To give you some information about our region, it's a very dynamic region with high employment prospects because in our region we have many hidden champions companies, the small and medium companies, very strong industry, and it's one of the Germany's strongest economic regions with very high living standards. As Nina also mentioned, there are universities and there are University of Applied Sciences. So our university, Offenburg University, is also a University of Applied Sciences, which is not very big. We have around 4,000 students, and it's relatively young. And what's special about the University of Applied Sciences is that we are very praxis-oriented and intervened with the industry. However, nevertheless, we are also very international in terms of the faculty and in terms of the students. We have 28 bachelor programs and about 23 master programs. About 80 partner universities worldwide and very well-equipped laboratories and facilities. So we have two campuses. One campus is in Offenburg and the other campus is in 𝘗𝘢𝘕𝘁. It's actually where the company is situated. The Faculty of Business is in 𝘗𝘢𝘕𝘁. And you can see that behind me, it's inside of the building. It's an old monastery building, giving this historical flair and the traditional flair of our faculty. As I mentioned before, our small university is still very oriented internationally in terms of being one of the first pioneers of University of Applied Sciences who had master programs in English. So therefore, we have a very extensive support services for international students. So we help students to find an accommodation. That's also an issue in Germany. In some parts of Germany, it's very difficult to find accommodation. So we help our students to find one before they come. We have senior body system and orientation events. It's moving to a different country and especially if you are doing it for the first time, may be exciting, but also challenging. So therefore, we help our students to integrate to the program and also integrate to the life in Germany in general. So therefore, we have like mentors and buddies for each student, an individual person who would be taking care of them. We also have individual support by the coordinator for our program, International Business Consulting. That's me. I am a contact person for the students in all organizational cases and also helping students for the academic questions as well. We also have German summer language school. German is not required because the program is taught completely in English. However, it's also not a bad idea to have some basics skills of German to survive in the first months and then, of course, to have a good start. And we also have ongoing language courses during the lecture period, meaning that throughout study program, you will also have a chance to attend German courses. We also would like to provide not only academic experience for our students, but also the cultural immersion. So therefore, we have cultural and social programs, excursions, get-togethers. As other universities, we also are very active in sports. We have some clubs at our university that you can join. And what is also particular about us, we have a senior service. We have some senior citizens who take care for the students. So we match students with the senior service members who not only invite them to their homes, but also talk about their experiences. Students can practice German skills with them, and instead senior service members enjoy the international company of international students. We have a career center where we offer job application trainings and recruiting events at the university itself. And also we have some alumni network where not only the alumni of our MBA program are included, but also from all other 7 international master programs that we offer. Now coming to our program, International Business Consulting. It's been founded in 1999, so it's about 25 years. It was accredited by FIBA, and since 2020, it's also a part of the Black Forest Business School. And here you can see the view of our campus. This is the 𝘗𝘬𝘪𝘳𝘵 building, where our faculty is situated. To talk about the curriculum of our program, similarly to other programs, we have 3 semesters, with the first 2 semesters focusing on the core courses and elective courses, and the 3rd semester of the master thesis. Well, the 2nd semester courses are built upon the 1st semester, so therefore we only have the winter semester intake. In the 3rd semester, students write their master thesis, and it's the time when our students actually start to work part-time or do internship, or because we are a full-time program, it's not possible to work full-time or do an internship during the courses, but we encourage students to do an internship or to start working part-time in their 3rd semester. So what does it mean, working part-time? It can be like in the form of internship, or it can be in the form of as a Werkstudent job, or some of our students also have an opportunity to write their master thesis with the companies. Then it's also considered as a jobs, so that they work on some scientific projects, some research project for university, complete their master thesis as the product of their job, and also complete a project for a company. We also have elective courses. The catalog of our elective courses is also reviewed, and it's adapted to the need of the students each time. And one of our elective courses is also German language. We encourage students to learn German because if they would like to gain some experience in Germany, or they have some plans to stay after studying for a while, it's a good idea to have German skills to extend an opportunity to find jobs. And especially if you are targeting to work in a small and medium companies, it's also good to have some strong command of German to have better chances. Similarly to our students who come from different countries, we have on average 8 to 10 countries represented in each cohort in our program. Our faculty is also international because the lectures are offered not by the internal professors of the universities, but also by the external lecturers and professors, some guest professors. In fact, 60% of our lectures are offered by external lecturers and professors, and it's on purpose because we would like to provide our students an exposure for the practice-oriented teaching. And here our lecturers are coming from industry, so that they can also share their experiences. So they are consultants, or they own companies, or work in the managerial positions in different countries, in different companies. And also they come from different countries. We have, as I mentioned before, the cultural integration is also very important for us. We would like our students to experience the cultural life of Germany, to see how the society works, and also to enjoy student life too. So therefore we have different events. And one of the highlights of the program that we have, it's an orientation week in Montafon. The Montafon is situated in the Austrian Alps. At the beginning of the program, we go to, with all the students, the newly enrolled students, we spend a week in Montafon, where we do some seminars and also some outdoor trainings. An example of a webinar is the body language seminar, or we play a business game. And we do also have some visits from different companies or theater directors who would deepen these webinars with the practical experiences. We also have some company excursions. In our region, we have very famous companies, or the companies, the brand of which you wouldn't hear maybe, but which are the leaders in the industry in the world. So we also do some company excursions where students have an opportunity to network and also to gain some insights how things are done at that companies. In our program, application process is quite simple. If you decide to apply for our MBA, you will not need to apply through UniAssist or any other third parties. You can apply directly with us. Its application is done through our university portal, and it's completely digitally. You will not need to send any documents in hard copy. Everything is done online. We do the first stage screening before requesting you to send a full application, so that you can also save the time to know if you are eligible or not to apply, and will not have to complete the whole package of the application. So we do the first stage screening. And then if you are eligible to apply, you will receive an invitation to upload your full application. And once we see the full application, we forward it to the selection committee. And in some cases, we do have some interviews, but in most of the cases, without an interview, you can have an admission to our program. And the last step will be the enrollment in the program in person, meaning it's with the start of the program in October. Our application deadline is the 30th of June, but we encourage our applicants to apply as soon as possible, also because of the visa procedures in some of the countries, which may be very, very time consuming. We also have rolling. We do admissions on the rolling basis, meaning the earlier you apply, the earlier you can have an admission. So to recap, our international business consulting program has a small student-teacher ratio and hands-on instruction, and it has close integration with the regional economy, and we have comprehensive individual services for international students. And it's a very safe and friendly environment with easy access to Europe's tourist attractions. In fact, the city that we are in is also a touristic city where in the summer you can see many tourists walking around. So if you're interested in our program and would like to know more, you are welcome to contact us by an email or calling us directly. You're also welcome to book an appointment with me where I can also answer your individual questions. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you very much, Camilla, for the presentation, all your details. Dear attendees, I will bring your attention once again to chat, where application portal is already listed for this program as well, info package with the presentation and the email that Camilla just mentioned in her last slide. Thank you once again for all the details you provided, and also thank you, Fleur, for taking questions in Q&A. We will still voice some of them because they could be also general for all programs. But before, we still need your full attention, dear attendees, as another MBA program, again from Berlin, will be presented, ESMT Berlin, full-time Master of Business Administration. Christoph is here with us, and he will share all.
I hope you can hear me. So thank you for having me, and thank you for the lovely presentation so far. And yeah, let's continue with ESMT Berlin, the European School of Management and Technology. On the first slide, what you see here on the right-hand side is the building, this old historical building of ESMT Berlin. We are located right in the heart of Berlin, in the middle of Berlin, in the so-called Museumsinsel. So we are surrounded by many museums. If you don't know what to do during lunch, so just go to a museum or visit the TV tower. It's also not far away. We are a Triple Crown accredited university, and that makes us pretty special because we belong, because of this, to a little amount of universities in the world who have this Triple Crown accreditation. When it comes to the central pillars, so you see in the name European School of Management and Technology, you see we are really focused on management and technology. So you see the three main pillars that are always reflected in all of our programs. We have leadership, innovation, and analytics. But no worries, analytics doesn't mean that you're sitting in a typical IT course or something like this. It's a little bit more academic in general. We have a close connection to the business, especially to the German business, due to the fact that we were founded by business. Everything started in 2002. The former CEO of Allianz, he had the idea to create an own business school, because at the time in Germany, the concept of an MBA wasn't really popular. And then he said, why not creating or founding our own business school? And based on these 25 global German business schools, we were founded. And we belong now to the top 20 of the business schools in the world. What makes us so different to other business schools is that we have programs, be it the master programs or all the MBA programs. We have a customizable program. That means you can tailor your programs depending on your needs. And then another point that is pretty important is the international focus, not only because of the cohort. So we have a really heavy, I wouldn't say extreme, but a strong international focus in terms of students from all over the world. We also have a high international focus on our study itself. So you have a lot of international options within the program and even afterwards. The career transformation is also a focus, and all our programs concentrate on leadership development, on your career curriculum. So it's really a transforming, so to speak, a transforming learning journey, so to speak. And yeah, study at ESMT is special because, as I said, it's because of our triple accredited equality. We were founded by business. And when you're a student at ESMT, you have yeah, the possibility to build up your network and to get even contact to existing alumni. We also have an alumni support program where people who are starting at the ESMT can get in touch with other alumni to get to know the university, to get help how to structure themselves and how to yeah, structure the daily life at the campus. So the full-time MBA at ESMT is a general management program for those looking to develop their leadership skills and change the industry role or location. It's a program of 15 months full-time, and it starts every January. Within this program, you have 2 tracks that you have to choose in the middle of your process. The management and analytics track and the innovation and entrepreneurship track. So you can either afterwards, you can either work for a corporate organization, for the so-called Mittelstand, for SMEs, for example, or you would like to dive into the startup scene in Berlin. And as you might know, Berlin has a really vibrant and lively startup scene. Another point that is pretty special at ESMT and in the full-time MBA are the summer options. So during your studies, you have different options. You can do either an internship, you can do a sustainable in practice, a social project, so to speak, or you just intensify your German in a summer school program. Then you have also a summer entrepreneurship program afterwards, and many other international options. Afterwards, you could also do a responsible leadership fellowship. This is something when you, for example, figure out that you would like to be an entrepreneur, then your journey is not over right after the graduation. And of course, you have a flexible possibility to choose your electives. And on the right-hand side, what you can see are some current stats of the current class. The average age of our class at the moment is 32. Women are even overrepresented. This is surprising, I would say. But we always try to balance it. So we always try to have it 50-50, but as you know, it cannot be possible all the time. We are highly international, so 97% are international, and we have over 20 different nationalities. So you have to imagine you're in a class of maximum 50 people. We are pretty small, so we call you by your name, and maybe someday you will hate us because of this. So there is no possibility to hide in the courses. So everyone can contribute, but this is quite positive because you get different insights from every industry, from every culture in one little cohort. And so this fact that it's more familiar and is smaller gives you the opportunity to develop your own network quite easily. And yeah, during your studies, you start with a basic foundation. It's an integrated core curriculum in business essentials. It's like what 𝘱𝘀, for example, said. These are basic courses for business studies, like general management introduction, leadership, marketing, etc. And this takes around about 5 months. And after this, these 5 months, you get into the employability phase. So one aspect is always, good aspect of the ESMT is that it's not too academic and not too theoretical. It's pretty practical. So you learn it from a theoretical aspect, and then you can apply it. And the first opportunity to apply your learned skills are the employability phase. There you can choose between an internship, you can do it abroad, or you can do it in a national or German environment or a company. Then you can do a social impact project abroad together with an NGO organization or another company. For example, one example is how to find a strategy, a funding strategy for a learning institution in South Africa, for example. This is one possibility. Or you intensify your German in a 6 weeks course. This is also possible. And again, I would also recommend to learn German, especially if you want. I mean, you can survive in Berlin at some point in the business field and privately, but when it comes to when you're outside of Berlin, it's totally different, I would say. And yeah, especially when you plan to make Germany your home, then you should learn the language. And the good thing is you understand the mentality a little bit better. Then after this employability phase, you get into the personalization phase. So there you have then the chance until this personalization phase, everything is pretty flexible. So it might be possible that you start your full-time MBA and you don't know really where to go. So you still have some months to go to figure out where you are, who you want to become. But then in this personalization phase, you have to change to choose your track. So even the management analytics track or the innovation and entrepreneurship track. And when you did this, then you have the chance to choose different electives according to your track. But the pillar development or leadership development is still in both tracks reflected. You can do it either on campus or you do it in a long-term international exchange. We have a lot of partner universities, for example, HEC Paris, or in Spain, we have one in the Netherlands, and it's like an Erasmus semester you can do, and you can choose your electives there. And after this, after the 4 months, you get into this application period phase. And this is one difference to in comparison to other universities is that, as I said, we are pretty practical. We always like to apply the things that we learned. So you apply your things that you learned in a consultant project. Nevertheless, there is the opportunity to do a master thesis if you want to do this, but we would recommend to really apply your skills in a consulting project, because I would say that this is something that all the companies would like to have at the end of the day, that you know how to apply the things that you learned. And as I said at the beginning, and there is 2 other international programs that you can choose afterwards. So you graduate, but then your journey doesn't mean that your journey is over. So you can then choose a Responsible Leaders Fellowship. At the moment, we have one together with BMW. This is like a longer version or a more extended version of the social impact project. One task would be how to provide medical service in slums in Tanzania or something like this. So this is quite interesting, and it's really a learning experience for people who graduated. Or you want to become an entrepreneur. It might be possible that you want to lead not in a company, you want to build up your own company. And then you can apply for the 𝘈𝘕 Berlin Summer Entrepreneurship Program. So this is like an entrepreneurship hub in Berlin where you can really put your ideas to the test, meaning you sit together with business angels, with business experts, and with experts from the startup scene. And then you have a look on your path. You learn or you figure out how to structure your idea the whole path from the idea to to your own company. And it could also be possible that someone tells you, oh, your idea is not good enough. So, but at least this is also a learning, and this costs nothing, and this is already included in the whole tuition of this program. And sometimes it might be overwhelming for some students to have so many options and to not get lost. We have the CDC, the Career Development Center, behind your back, so they can help you to develop your path, to find out which track is the right one for you. What do you want? What do you need? And they also organize a couple of career events on campus. So, for example, every year we have one big career event on campus where you can meet or have at least the opportunity to get in contact with a lot of companies, international and German companies, to figure out where you which company you would like to join, what is applicable for you. Yeah, and you can strengthen and widen your network as well. So in terms of admission requirements for the full-time MBA, of course, what we look for is we want to have someone who has excellent analytical abilities, who has an international outlook, has intercultural competencies, has a proven teamwork skills and leadership potential. And of course, and I think this is the most important thing, the willingness to learn from others in an international environment. So the ideal candidate would be someone who has an international outlook and who is open, who has just an open mind. And it doesn't matter where you're coming from. At least to have 3 years of experience. You might be an historian, or you studied biology or something like this. If you have the ability to show your motivation and to have a plan during the application process, then why not? So it's even positive for the whole cohort to get more insights from someone, from an industry expert that they don't really, where they normally don't have the chance so often. And in terms of English, also, if you're a native speaker, of course, you don't need a test. And if you have the proven, or if you can prove that you, or show that you have already worked in an English environment, or we see during our call or during the coffee chat or the application calls that your English is pretty good, then of course it's not necessary to have a test. Other than that, we also need, or we recommend to send us a transcript of your university degrees, a completed application, and 2 professional recommendations. But also this is not set in stone. So I mean, it's not always possible to get 2 professional recommendations, especially when your last job, when you have been working for 5 years in a current company. So then it's hard to get another recommendation from the former company. So this is clear. So that's why we're not that strict. And some words about the application. So you have the chance to get an award, or I would call it early bird application award, meaning we are at the moment in the 2nd round. So in April, until April 11, you have the opportunity to reduce the tuition fee by 3,000, then until May by 1,000. And then after this, you have there are no early bird scholarships available, but we have plenty of other scholarships available on our website. For example, the women in business application scholarship, and many others. So just go to our website and figure out what's applicable for you, and then you have to apply for these scholarships. And maybe it's a fit for you especially. Thank you for your attendance. And if you have questions, just visit our website, or send any ideas or questions to our email degrees@esmt.org, and we will answer them right away.
Thank you, Christoph, for all the details, for the presentation. Thank you, all of you, for the this inspiring presentations that people will also grow in their career, etc., etc. All the great things await them. Also, the Q&A was quite active today, and I can say all of the questions were answered, but some of them could be also repeated. And since for MBAs, it's also applicable for all of the programs, I think that let's discuss a different point. All of you mentioned work experience, which is really important for MBAs, and I also mentioned it from the very beginning. You can always filter programs according to work experience as well. And then you all had different requirements. And actually, I even saw a question in this regard. It was about GPA. And please elaborate a bit more about work experience, specific positions, internships are counted position only in one company. I know all of you touched upon this point, but maybe we could one by one once again recap. It also referred to GPA, and I see answers from Camilla and Fleur, but maybe it could be interesting for the newcomers or for others as well. Let's start with Camilla. If you could elaborate once again.
Yeah, sure, of course. Because it's an MBA program, we also would like students to exchange their experiences throughout their studies. So we also have the requirements of 2 years. This 2 years experience doesn't have to be in business area. It can be in any kind of area, and it doesn't have to be in one company or in one place. However, what doesn't count, it's internships. They do not count.
Fleur?
Yeah, very similar to what Camilla said. We require 3 years of experience at the Berlin Professional School. Internships are generally taken when people are still studying on their bachelor degree. So our work experience that we look for has to be post-graduation. And it's the same. We would like people to have a solid basis, because it really benefits the class exchange. And an MBA is, from our point of view, what we offer targeted for those who have worked a bit already and are looking to change their career direction, maybe change industry or start in Germany or in Europe, and really consolidate what they know already, and also really develop their leadership skills. So again, like Camilla, we don't look at where you've worked, which industry or what type of role, because I think I said this already or in my notes, anyone can become a leader. It doesn't matter which branch you're working in. Teams have to be led, they have to be managed, you have to motivate people around you as well as yourself. So that can really be in any industry.
Christoph? Thank you.
As Fleur said, it's also pretty similar at the ESMT. So also internships don't really count. There are some exceptions, but normally we don't accept internships. And as I mentioned, it's not mandatory to work in business before. So you can also be, as I said, an historian or in an art industry, and then you realize you would like to do a shift or to change your complete career. You also you don't need to be either a leadership. I think within 3 years of work experience, it's not even possible to be in such a position. But 3 years experience in work experience is quite important, but not really dedicated only to business. So yeah.
Thank you. Similarly, this is true for the background education. So all of them mentioned that you can apply from different backgrounds. I also saw questions in this regard with education background, with non-business or management related, like generally. So all of you are very welcome to apply. The only thing is that some programs also require GMAT or GRE scores. Check that out in case it's required. All of that is always mentioned on program pages. If you want to check in our page from program profiles, it's also listed what documents you need. And then you are welcome to apply. All programs have applications through their online university portals. All 3 links are in chat. And actually, maybe we could say really quickly if there are costs for application. Camilla, are there any to apply?
No, there are no costs for applications. Everything is done digitally, and we do not require any deposit as well.
Fleur?
We do not have an application fee. If you are accepted and you want to take the spot, then we do request that you pay a deposit of €1,000. That's deducted from your tuition fees. If we can't offer the course, then it's refundable. If you can't come, then we look at it on a case-by-case basis if it's refundable. But just for the application alone, there's no fee.
And Christoph?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have an application fee, but it's only €100 per application. You can do it on your on the internet on our website. And yeah, when the application is completed, then you have to pay €100 one time, and that's it.
Thank you. Maybe since Fleur mentioned two programs, part-time and full-time, one question was, is the presence mandatory? And Fleur mentioned that yes. So for block lectures, in case you want to apply for part-time program, you need to be present for a long weekend to make this exchange more beneficial, and also you learn a lot. Then we again had a question about work experience that we already addressed. A question about interview. Fleur, it was to Fleur, but also Camilla mentioned there could be a case of an interview, and Christoph, I think I missed if you have an interview or not. Maybe let's also go through this question. What is the interview about except for motivation?
Okay, at the BPS, yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for both parties to get to know each other. It's not just for the BPS to interview you, but the candidates can also pose their questions. And of course, we do require these English skills, and you have to submit a certificate on your English level, but we also get a feeling of those skills, or maybe if you're a little bit on the border between the scores that we require, we can also listen in and judge that. But generally, we just want to get a feel for about the person, put a face to the application, and see how both sides fit together.
Right. Camilla?
Yeah, we do not regularly, we do not have interviews. In a number of applications, unfortunately, it's not possible. We would love to have interviews with each applicant. However, taking into account the number of applications that we have, unfortunately, it's not possible for us to handle that administratively. However, in some cases, we do conduct interviews. As Fleur says, it's similar. If we have some doubts, or if we would like to have to give a chance for some applicants to strengthen their applications, then we invite them to introduce themselves and to explain more about themselves and their motivation, of course.
And we also have an interview as well, and this is quite an important interview for us, because then we can figure out, like Fleur said, how your English skills are, how your quality is, and not only in terms of quality, of academic quality, also when it comes to your personality. We need to figure out if you are the right fit, if you are an open-minded person, if you're an introvert, or you don't like to speak up in class, for example. Those little things are also pretty important. And it might be, sometimes it could happen that someone wants to have a full-time MBA and realize maybe this is not the right for you. Then we can consult him or advise him to maybe choose another option, part-time or online MBA. And yeah, that's why it's quite important for us.
Yeah, it's always really important to have this mutual match between the program content and also personality and skills that you provide. There is a question from Fofi, which I will take partially and then address the rest of the question to you, our guests. So is it possible to be accepted with a Duolingo exam certificate and with a parent's bank statement instead of a blocked account? Dear Fofi, I will take the second part regarding the blocked account. So blocked account you need for your visa application. usually it's not recommended to submit parents' blocked or parents' bank statement, because then it's up to a consulate to decide to give you a visa or not, which is not usually approved, because it's not that safe and certain that you will be given that 900 plus euros every month. Therefore, the safest way to get a visa is either to have a blocked account, or to have a full scholarship, or to have a letter of guarantee from a resident from Germany who has enough income and will take responsibility to write this letter for you, and then also support you financially. Which means that with parents' bank statement, it's unfortunately not recommended. I mean, you can provide it, but that could create troubles. As for the Duolingo exam, I know some programs accept it, but it's very limited. I don't know for sure for this program. That's why I will ask all of you. Camila, do you accept Duolingo English certificate?
For us, English proficiency in academic environment is important. So therefore, we do not accept Duolingo. We accept the tests, the proficiency test that tests English proficiency on the academic level.
Christoph?
Same at ESMT. I would say there are tests like the popular ones like TOEFL or something like this. So this is accepted.
TOEFL, IELTS, Cambridge are
exactly.
usually most frequently accepted.
Exactly.
Fleur?
Yes, there are differences in the certificate providers. Of course, we can't recommend one over the other, but Duolingo, we would accept it as a starting basis, and otherwise we have the interview that we would further check the English skills.
Okay.
But there are one or two which are the known providers, which will of course put you on the safe side. But TOEFL, IELTS, say it the English way, and Duolingo, we would look at that. We would look at it.
Thank you. I think this is a question for Christoph. If I apply for 2 majors, shall I pay 100 euros or 200 euros?
Good question. I don't want to lie. Maybe I need to. I would say, I guess you have to, but it's only a guess. I think you have to because you do it twice. So then I think you have to. It's a tough question. So maybe I can look up this answer, because we never, I don't know. I cannot remember that we have had the situation where we had one person who applied at the same time for two programs. Maybe one after the other, and then you only need to pay for one application because you were not accepted for the first one. That's possible, but when you do it at the same time for two, I'm not really sure. So
all good. Dear attendee, maybe you can also email the degrees at esmt.org, and they can also take your questions there.
exactly.
Or I just checked the time and I'm already over time. Thank you, the attendees, for joining.